let us talk a little bit about the figure eight family. If we were to take a vote, I would probably say that most people would consider this a knot of choice. A simple figure eight is very commonly used as a stopper knot for ropes. A figure eight on a bight is commonly used as a connection point, putting carabiners on or that sort of thing. What we'd like to do is maybe look at some of the finer points of it. So I've tied a figure eight on a bight here. Notice how I'm kind of fussing around with this thing. Well, I'm setting and dressing this. We talked earlier about any knot that's tied on a bight, that these strands of rope stay parallel like railroad tracks going through that knot. And that's what I have right here. That's a well-dressed knot. I've also controlled the overall dimensions of it. I've controlled the gain of it. You know, once I start connecting things to this, it can get out of control, especially if I'm working in a tight location. So controlling the size of the knot is very important, making sure that it's dressed. And then I go back and I set all four strands, the two down here and the two that create the loop. I'm setting them both. Now, am I making a mountain out of a molehill? I don't think I am. I think this speaks volumes on the quality of the person that you're working with. Do they take pride in what they're tying? It didn't take me that long to get this tied and have it done correctly. So that's really what I'm after. I don't back it up typically. Once it's set correctly, I've never had one of these come undone. I think backing it up, putting a backup knot on this only adds to the gain. If I look at how much tail I want, I usually just use one fistful as my rule of thumb. The directional eight is another knot that allows us to eliminate the shear factor within the knot itself. If I'm going to tie a directional figure eight to my right, I'm simply going to take my left hand, hand it over to my right hand. I take this bight right here, it's going to slide over, around, 360 degrees, and back into this loop right here. We know we've tied this thing right if we have the continuation of the rope plus the bight going through the same hole that's captured by this segment of rope right here. You should be able to tie this knot efficiently either direction. Here I go to the right. Here I go to the left. I simply pass a loop over to my left hand, slide it over the top, around, back through that same control bight. So now I have opposing directional eights. This allows us to eliminate the shear factor on that knot when we have a load that's pulling in the direction of our rope.